Who gets locked out of his own house? Not a demon, not an enemy, his own wife. Every year in Puri, millions of people watch the most powerful deity in Odisha stand outside a locked door, begging to let back in. He doesn't force it open, doesn't send his brother to argue for him. He does something no one expects. He brings a sweet. This is Niladri Bije, the final and honestly the most dramatic ritual of the Rath Yatra. Everyone talks about the chariots, nobody talks about what happens after the crowds go home. The real story unfolds behind the temple gates. Stick around because fact number 7 is the what almost nobody outside Odisha knows. And it's the reason this whole tradition exists. Before we go into the facts, we need these three pieces of the puzzle. Every year, Lord Jagannath, his brother Balabhadra, and his sister Subhadra leave the main temple, the Srimandir, and travel to the Gundicha temple about 2 kilometers away. They stay there for 9 days. It's called the Rant House in local tradition, a holiday basically. But here's a detail everyone skips. They leave without the fourth member of the family, goddess Lakshmi. She is not invited on this trip. She stays back alone in the Srimandir, watching her husband and his siblings roll away on giant chariots surrounded by millions cheering devotees. Niladri Bije is the day they come home. On paper, it's a homecoming. In practice, it's an argument that's been building for 9 straight days, and it finally reaches the front door. Let's get to let's get into it. Fact number one: the journey home isn't simple. You would think coming home is the easiest part. It's not. The deities don't just walk in; they're carried in a procession called Goti Pahandi, meaning one at a time. Each deity moves individually. The next one doesn't start moving until the previous one has fully reached the spot inside the sanctum. Why does this matter? Because it stretches the whole event out. It built tension purpose. Thousands of devotees stand shoulder to shoulder, watching one deity inch forward, then wait, then the next. It's slow by design, like the temple itself knows something big is coming and wants everyone to feel the weight. Fact number two: Lakshmi isn't just waiting, she's watching. While Balabhadra and Subhadra make their way toward the sanctum, Goddess Lakshmi isn't sitting quietly inside. She positioned at a specific platform called the Bhetta Mandap, right beside the temple's main entrance, the lion's gate. From there, she has a direct line of sight to Jagannath chariot, the Nandi Ghosa. She watches every single move he makes. This isn't decoration, this is a goddess keeping tabs on her husband before he's even reached the door. Fact number three: two of the three siblings get in without a problem. Here what where it gets interesting. Balabhadra, the elder brother, walks in no resistance. Subhadra, the sister, walks in no resistance. Even Sudarsana, who represents the divine weapon, enters freely. Only one person gets stopped, Jagannath. Lakshmi gets everyone else though. It's specific, it's targeted, and it tells you exactly who this confrontation is actually about. Fact number four: the door has a name and it becomes a battlefield. The gate where this all plays out is called Jaya Vijaya, named after two divine gatekeepers. When Jagannath approaches, Lakshmi gives an order to her attendants, shut it. The Jaya Vijaya gate closes. The most worshipped deity in the state of Odisha is now standing on the wrong side of his own front door. Fact 5. Why is he actually angry? The real backstory. This isn't random jealousy. According to temple oral tradition, days earlier on what's called Hera Panchami, Lakshmi had gone to visit Jagannath at the Gandicha temple herself. She wanted to see him during his 9 day stay. He didn't let her in either. So when he comes home expecting warm welcome, he's simply returning the exact same treatment he gave her. This is a goddess with receipts. Fact 6. Jagannath doesn't fight it. Here is a part that surprises most first-time viewers of this ritual. Jagannath, an all-powerful deity, doesn't demand entry. He doesn't argue. He doesn't send anyone to negotiate on his behalf. He simply stands there, calm, waiting outside, like in the words of temple tradition. An unfortunate offender, someone who knows the and the wrong and isn't going to pretend otherwise. For a festival built around one of the most powerful figures in Hindu tradition, this moment flips the whole script. The god isn't the one with the power in the scene. Here is the one who has learned his way back in. Fact 7. The peace offering and why it's the one everyone remembers. This is a fact I promised you at the start. To get back inside, Jagannath doesn't offer flowers. He doesn't offer jewelry. He offers rasgulla. A spongy, syrupy sweet that's now a full-blown cultural symbol across Odisha. He presents it to Lakshmi as an apology, and it works. She accepts it. The stand-off ends and the gate opens. This is a single moment. His why Niladri Bije is the second name in Odisha, Rasagola Dibasa. Rasgulla Day, one sweet, one entire day named after it. That's why central is is to the whole tradition. Fact number 8. It is the only day of the year this happens. Here's a detail that surprises people who assume Rasgulla is offered to the deities regularly, and it's not. Niladri Bije is a single occasion in the entire year when Rasgulla is formally offered inside the temple as part of ritual. And it's not made in some random kitchen. It's prepared with strict purity standard inside the house specific temple household, the Bhitarcha Mahapatra, one day, offering one very specific origin. Fact 9. This isn't just mythology, it's a marriage lesson. Ask devotees in Puri why this ritual matters, and you won't just get temple history back. You will get something more personal. People describe this moment as a lesson how relationships should work. That pride and anger are natural, even between husband and wife, but love and humility have to win in the end. Jagannath doesn't display Lakshmi anger, he doesn't call it dramatic or unnecessary. He acknowledges it and shows up with an apology that cost him something, his pride. That's why centuries later people are still talking about it like it happened last week. Fact number 10. The whole event in front of a live audience of lakhs. None of this drama plays out in private. Niladri Bije happens with lakhs of devotees physically present, packed in the temple grounds and surrounding streets. Administrations coordinate crowd control, traffic, diversion, and security specifically for this one evening. Think about that a divine domestic dispute stays in front of hundreds of thousands of witnesses every single year without fail for centuries. It's not hidden, it's performed deliberately so an entire community can watch a lesson about forgiveness play out in real time. Now the end part. So let's put all together because this is where it actually lands. Picturing the Zen evening light over Puri, the Nandigo's chariot has come to a stop. Balabhadra has already gone. Subhadra has already gone in. The crowd's energy shifts because everyone in that square knows what's coming next isn't a formality. It's the whole reason why they came. Jagannath moves toward the gate, and from the Heta Mandapa, Lakshmi gives a signal. The Jaya Vijaya door swings out in front of him for a moment. The most powerful figure in this entire 9 day festival is standing outside in front of everyone, having failed to get back into his own home. He doesn't force it, he doesn't argue, he waits and then comes out. A pot of Rasgulla. It helps up, afford a silent admission. I was wrong to leave you behind it. I'm sorry. It took me this long way to say it. The gate opens. Jagannath walked past the threshold. His wife made him man back, moved toward the Ratna Singhasana, the jeweled throne, and takes his place again. This time, not because he demanded it, but because he was forgiven for it. That's the climax of Niladri Bije, not a battle, not a miracle, an apology that actually works, witnessed by an entire state every single year, so that no one forgets it what it costs to make things right. So next time someone tells Rath Yatra just a chariot festival, tell them the real ending happens after the chariot stop moving. It happens a locked gate between the god and his wife, and it settled with the sweet that entire state now can't stop talking about. If this first time you are hearing the Niladri Bije story in full, let me know in the comment which fact surprised you the most. I'm guessing it's fact 7 or fact 5. And if you want more real stories from Odisha that never make it into mainstream retellings, the versions with the actual detail, the actual drama, subscribe because exactly what this channel exists for. I'll see you in the next one.